everyone, thanks again for tuning into Sin's Workshop. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Today we're going to be reviewing Find Him Where You Left Him Dead. Oh my god, I cannot begin to tell you how good this book was. I mean, it's so good. I'm not surprised it was nominated for the Bram Stoker for Best Young Adult Novel. Bram Stoker, by the way, horror novel awards. But this one was nominated. And I don't know if it won yet. I don't know if they've announced the winners, but I'm not surprised it made the list. And honestly, I also wouldn't be surprised if it won because it was so good. This book is supposed to be like Jumanji meets I Know What You Did Last Summer meets basically this one. Kendra Blake says it best. Jumanji, but Japanese inspired and really disturbing. It has a lot of Japanese-inspired horror that make it so well. It's just so good because of that. I love the story. I love the pacing, and honestly, it follows four friends, right? They are no longer friends. In fact, they want nothing to do with each other. They're like, no thanks. Like, I want nothing to do with you. And you have the four friends, Dax, Madeline, Emerson, and Owen. They've reunited for one reason. They've been summoned by the ghost of Ian, the friend they left for dead. When they were children, they were exploring this cave. They were playing a game, or so they thought. They didn't quite understand what they were playing. And then they opened a gateway to kind of like the underworld, almost. Lots of Japanese horror in the book. And they're sucked in. They're like, okay, well, we gotta go in here. We gotta finish playing this game for everything to go back to normal. The way the plot develops was just so well done, and it takes a lot of twists and turns that I honestly didn't see coming. Especially that ending, I'm like, did not see that coming at all. And there's a plot twist after a plot twist at the end, and I'm like Jesus Christ! Like, oh my god! So yes, there is a sequel, and I'm super excited for it. Also, I do want to thank the publisher again for giving me this arc. I've done nothing but sing praises of this book, as you can clearly tell. And we know I don't always have nice things to say about arcs, but this one I was so impressed with. And you want to know what's also really good? So the book is kind of separated into parts. Each character, each of the four characters, they do have their own POV in these parts, but, and I hope I'm saying this right, you see here? These are what separate the parts. So the kanji, I'm pretty sure that's the correct term for them. I tried to do a lot of research before I did this review, but this is a kanji. So kanji is a Japanese phrase or word, which is why I'm really hoping that I'm saying it right. If you use Google Translate, because I noticed it that they were different when I got to the second part. This is technically a book I probably should have annotated just for that reason. Okay, so let me just find the second part here. Here we go. And at first I thought, I'm like, oh, well, maybe it's just saying, 1 and 2. No, they're actual phrases, and they're all different. And so I pulled out, pulled out my phone and reading, and I used Google Translate because you can, scan and decipher it. I'm like, oh my god. That's, so interactive for me, and that was a lot of fun. Every time I got to a new part, I was so happy to just pull out my phone and scan and be like, okay. Because it gives you a little foreshadowing into what this next part's going to be like, what their next challenge is, because it's a game, it's a matching game. They have to match the pieces, or so. It's really, really well done, the way the plot develops, and the sinister atmosphere, and this horror atmosphere as well. Again, I'm not surprised it was nominated for the Bram Stoker, and it's just so well done. And the way the characters develop and grow, they are so changed by the events of this novel. And they're a little bit more heartbroken, but they're a little stronger for it. You can see how the events of the past with their friend kind of traumatized them. But by facing a lot of their darkest fears in this Japanese-inspired horror movie that's going on around them, they're overcoming their past trauma, and they're overcoming that fear, and they're forming stronger bonds with each other, and they're becoming those friends again. it's so well done. This was an expertly written book. I cannot wait to read the second book. I'm just like in awe. I am in awe. I am in awe of this book. It was so well done. Just like, okay. Excellent book. Excellent book. Okay. So yeah, needless to say, this book gets, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a solid 5 stars. I think when I first finished reading it, I gave it 4 stars, because that's kind of like what I do. I'm like, oh yeah, I really, really liked it. 4 stars. But man, I love this book. I love this book so much. So yes, it's gonna go ahead and get that 5-star rating, because it was phenomenal. I can't help but sing praises about the writing style, the character development, that haunting horror atmosphere, and it really was just so well written. If you like horror, if you like Jumanji, if you like I Know What You Did Last Summer, definitely pick up this book. If you like Japanese folklore, definitely pick up this book. It was excellent. And have your phone handy to, if you don't know Japanese, have your phone handy to scan that symbol, because it's so interactive, but it adds to the story, and it adds to your enjoyment as you're reading it, because it gives just a little hint of foreshadowing as to what's going to happen next. In any case, thank you all for tuning in to Sin's Workshop. Please don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and share with all your book loving friends. And on that note, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. As always, happy reading.